because I've been watching you since I was 8 years old, and I didn't even know it until I figured it out. But man, you were a part of this iconic show that I grew up on Nickelodeon called My Brother and Me. And I love that show. I always thought that show got canceled way too early. And for me, it wasn't a lot of me on TV. You know what I'm saying? So me seeing young kids on Nickelodeon of all crazy, man, I thought that was a great show and a little bit ahead of its time, man. Can you talk about your time being on that show?
Man, this is what I want to say about My Brother and Me, first and foremost. My Brother and Me ran for one season in like 1994. And you have people who are our age and around our age who this is so much a part of their culture, so much a part of what they remember. Oh man, I remember My Brother and Me. And almost 30 years later, it's like, who knew that this show that got canceled way too soon, and I'll tell a story about that, would resonate with so many people still so many years later. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
I was a kid actor. I used to get my act on. I was doing commercials and I was on Clarissa Explains It All and Welcome Freshmen and Snick commercials. Oh, You're Afraid of the Dark. So I was probably on a lot of different things if you watched Nickelodeon in the 90s, you probably saw. Like I was on the Temple, or the pilot edition of Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Mm-hmm.
I did motion capture for the Super Nintendo Guts game. My little 9-year-old Kenny Face is still on it. So
you lived my dream, sir.
I've been on your TV your whole life.
Yeah, you lived my dream. I remember all those shows. I'm like, you was on Temple?
I did the pilot episode before OMAC even worked. It was just the guy standing by him, and they was trying to get the mouth and the. So I was a green monkey way back in the day.
Oh man, OG green monkey.
The first green monkeys. So that's kind of how that happened. It was just a thing, and that actually, the episode that I was on was actually the pilot episode of My Brother and Me. So that's the episode that got the show bought. And so what was supposed to happen was that was filmed as the last episode of the season, and I was supposed to be brought back as a main character in the second season. And somehow in between this and that, it got canceled. But yeah, I was actually going to middle school with Amanda Seales at that time. Like I've known Amanda Seales there my whole life. And it's just crazy how that show still, I mean, people still talk about that show to this day. Bananas.
Yeah, man. Do you still keep in contact with anybody from those days?
Me and Alfie still talk on Facebook or on the gram every now and then. Like he lives in LA and he's LA. Boy, let me tell you. LA. Oh, what up, cuz? You know what I'm saying? What up, cuz?
OG, triple OG.
Every now and then, like I haven't seen him in a couple years, but he pops in every now and then to Vegas. But we keep up on the gram. I haven't spoken to Jimmy Goo in maybe a decade. He hit me up. Man, I think it was like right after I think it was like some basically when I got back to Impact on Spike, he was like, "Why am I seeing you on TV?" And that was it. Amanda and I don't talk no more, but that's a whole other story.
Man, you don't want to mention that story? Is it juicy? Okay, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it be. Oh man.